authentic conversations about ourselves and our community, exploring topics that uplift and inspire us, from personal growth to social change. So grab your teacup and get ready to join the conversation. We are live, we are live, we are live. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. We are live. We are going to go back to yesterday, day 2 of the young Dolph Hernandez Govan on trial. We're going to try to get into and 3 today. I had a little matter of personal moments I had to touch on this morning. They're looking good. Okay, so we're going to push forward with our live Tanisha Talks Teas. When you come into the chat, please remember to hold up your teacups and get your tea. Okay, and like and subscribe. We're going to start off on day 2 of the young Dolph trial, where we left off. Okay, one of the jailhouse snitches that were set up to murder young Dolph came in to testify against Hernandez Govan. And I hear tell that, you know, while watching this, Yo Gotti's name has been brought up like 30 times during this. So people are speculating that they may be looking to indict young Yo Gotti. However, we're going to continue to listen to the trial. Please come in, get comfortable, get seated. This is the young Dolph murder trial that happened back in 2021 at the donut shop in Memphis, Tennessee. Very famous rapper. He up and came through for Memphis, and unfortunately he was gunned down at a very young age with children, you know, things like that. So let's pray for his family and pray that he continues to get the justice that he needs. He has 2 illers that are behind bars now. Okay, so you know we have to kind of watch what we say, so we kind of shorten up the words so that YouTube doesn't strike us, right? So 2 of the illers of young Dolph have already been convicted, but they've been brought in to testify. I believe this is now a police officer, so let's get it.
Phone number ending, do you recall that device having a phone number ending in 0185?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall looking at an iPhone 11?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did one of those devices have a phone number ending in 1625?
Yes, the iPhone 11, yes, ma'am.
And did you happen to have another iPhone 11?
I had an iPhone 11 Pro
Okay.
that I also examined.
Did that device have a phone number ending in 2767?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you also have a Samsung Galaxy?
Yes, ma'am.
And were there multiple numbers affiliated with that phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are one of those numbers 3786?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that other number 6236?
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you extracted data from each of those devices?
Yes, ma'am.
The physical devices?
I did.
Okay. And you talked earlier about using a software called Celebrate.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you extracted data from those particular phones in this investigation, did you use Celebrate to decode the data?
I did. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you happen to analyze that data?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay. Do you happen to know who analyzed that data?
Once I parsed the data, I created a report. That data was then given to Sergeant Dabney and Sergeant Browning.
Okay. I'm going to show you 5 flash drives. Do you happen to know what those flash drives are?
These flash drives contain CDRs and phone extraction reports that I generated.
Okay. And have you seen those flash drives before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you know that you've seen them before?
I opened each flash drive and examined the data that was on them just to make sure that what was written on the envelope was actually contained on the flash drive right outside about 30 minutes ago.
Did you happen to write anything on the envelopes?
I put my initials on each envelope after I opened the drive and examined what was on them. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And in your evaluation of the contents of those flash drives, do you happen to know whose numbers are affiliated with each number?
Yes, ma'am. The Justin Johnson extraction that I have right here is the telephone number ending in 1625. And that contains the phone and the CDRs that were done on that. This envelope here says Cornelius on it. It's Cornelius Smith. It's the phone number and CDRs for phone number ending in 6236. The Cornelius Smith's phone had two numbers associated with it. This is the CDR for the phone number ending in 3786. So that's just the CDRs only on that one. This is Anthony Mims' iPhone extraction and the CDRs for phone number ending in 2767. And Angela Arnold, LG extraction and CDRs for phone number ending in 0185.
And just for the jury's clarification, could you explain what is a CDR?
So a CDR is an acronym for Call Detail Records. So a phone has all the calls that you made, but it's user accessible. So you can go in and delete calls and things like that. A CDR is from the carrier, the Call Detail Records. So if you have an AT&T phone number, law enforcement can submit paperwork to AT&T to get the call detail records. And we use these in forensics to kind of verify and validate what we find on the phone. And it can also show sometimes if data was deleted from the phone, the user cannot access the CDRs, the call detail records. So if we see calls that are missing, they will show up in the CDRs. So we just use the CDRs to validate and marry up with the phone data. And we get that from the carriers, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile.
And Your Honor, we'd like to enter all 5 of those flash drives as the next number exhibits.
No objection.
I want to enter them separately. The first one is, this is a brown envelope that contains a zip drive. The envelope is labeled Dustin Johnson, extraction in CDR 1625, with the officer's initials on real mark. That is exhibit 19. The next one is envelope with, that contains a zip drive. It's for Cornelius Smith. It says phone dump and CDR for number 6236. It has the officer's initials on it also. We'll mark this as exhibit 20. The next one it also belongs to Cornelius Smith. It's a brown envelope with a zip drive inside. And it's for phone number 3786, and it's just call detail record. That's the officer's signature on it. We'll mark this as exhibit 21.
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically,
The next one is for Anthony Mims. It is a brown envelope with a zip drive inside. It is a phone extraction and call detail records for phone number 2767 with the officer's signature initials. We'll mark that as Exhibit 22. And the last one is for Angela Arnold. His phone extraction and call detail records for phone number ending in 0185 with the officer's signature. We'll mark that as Exhibit 23.
And just for clarification, you did not analyze those extractions?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor?
Hi there, Agent Dabney. My name is Manny Aurora. We met earlier today, I think.
Yes, sir.
Garner, I'm sorry. It says Holy Justin here, it's got me in trouble. With regards to my understanding of cell phones, if you could just sort of dumb it down for me.
Yes, sir.
CDRs, call data records?
Call detail records.
Call detail records.
Yes, sir.
And so that tells you what phone calls were made, when they were made, stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And it also gives you like GPS coordinates of approximately which tower would have been used to make that call.
The GPS that are in the records relate to the tower location.
Right.
So, yes, sir.
Okay. So you would agree that the tower locations aren't 100% accurate. It's just there could be a tower 10 feet from me, but if it's full, it's going to kick me down half a mile or whatever it might be.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with the call detail record, you can see who called whom,
Yes, sir.
incoming, outgoing, and there is information as to which tower it would have been used. It doesn't put you there necessarily, but relatively close, right?
Just the device connected to that tower. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were asked to sort of do the location from the CDRs for just 2 different phones as part of your investigation, right?
That's correct, sir.
And that was the 1625 for Justin Johnson,
Yes, sir.
and then the 6236 for Mr. Cornelius Smith.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And you were asked to do that in 2024.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nobody's ever asked you from the DA's office or anyplace else to sort of map out anybody else's phone as to where they might have been at any given time.
No, sir.
Okay. With regards to the towers, we were talking about, these are AT&T records that you downloaded or whatever the term would be, right?
I would need to look at them. I know one of them was a T-Mobile.
Okay, it frankly doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's all good for the evidence. I lost my train of thought. You think I'd be smarter than that, but with regards to these phones, you did a slide that you were kind enough to share with me. Could you put that up, please? It is,
Has Ms. Taylor seen what you're offering?
yes, Your Honor. It's number 14, Your Honor. Slide 14. You've seen this already.
Exhibit 14?
No, Your Honor, it's slide 14.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't entered the exhibit.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to show you, did you do a sort of a PowerPoint slideshow to prepare in this case?
No, sir.
Okay, so this cyber crimes thing, that's not you?
That was for the trial last year, sir.
Okay. Related trial in this case?
Yes, sir.
For Justin Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The information is still the same. You didn't do any more location data for any
That's
other
correct.
phone?
That's correct, sir.
Just those two phones that I mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Justin and Cornelius?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As part of that trial, if I could show you one of the items that you created. As far as the CDRs go, whether a smart criminal ditches their phone, doesn't do whatever, you can get the CDRs directly from the phone company. You don't need the actual phone.
That's correct, sir.
All right. And the dumps, that's the actual phone that you described to the jury where you could download text messages and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then people could delete those, this and that, and you would see a text was sent on the CDR, but you wouldn't know what was said.
Correct, no content. Yes, sir.
Okay. With regards to the codes next to the phones, there's like 2A, there's 11, stuff like that. What does 2A mean if it's written next to the phone call?
I would actually like to see the definitions page if I could.
Sure.
But usually with...
Could I show him the definition? Yes.
Yes, sir. The code 02A, also a call came in, was not answered, and was sent to voicemail.
Okay. And what about the 11 that's farther down?
No one does you like you. A true original. It may be that one and only laugh of yours. That face.
Actually, I know that a code 11 is that when someone places a call, they did not restrict their phone number from being viewed from the person that's calling them.
Okay. And with regards to those phone calls, some providers, like once you hit the enter button, the seconds of the call start immediately right away, as soon as I hit a call. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then in some cases, until the phone gets picked up, it doesn't tell you how long the phone call is. If I'm calling you and I hit Special Agent Garner call,
Yes, sir.
the clock starts running, right?
Yes, sir.
So generally, if the phone's going to ring 3, 4, 5 times, you'll have 15, 20 seconds sort of already on the call, even though nobody picked it up.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And then if it goes to voicemail, you can have another 10 or 15 seconds on the call, or however long your voicemail is.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then with code 11, we don't know for sure if it's picked up or not, but it could have gone to voicemail, it could go anywhere. It's just somebody would have to testify to it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I retrieve that back?
Absolutely.
With regards to Pressure World or AutoZone, you were never asked to review any of the 1625 or the 6236 phone records for those areas, right?
No, sir, I was not.
Okay. And so we had testimony you talked about, well, you haven't talked about it, but if I live, let's say for example, this hypothetical Bradley Street, and then somebody else lives like 2, maybe 3 minutes away, maybe the street over, or something like that, would the same tower arguably be able to be pinging off both their phones?
Yes, it's, yes, absolutely.
All right. So if I live near somebody, the phones are going to ping. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm at their house or there. I'm just in the area.
It's in the area the tower provides service for. Yes, sir.
And if the tower closest to me was full, like you said, it could kick out half a mile up the road to the next tower.
To the next available tower. Yes, sir.
Okay. One second. And with regards to tower coverage, let's just say in the Memphis area, I mean, how many miles does a tower arguably cover if it had?
It's not even miles, sir.
Okay.
So to actually get the coverage of a tower, you would have to do a drive test.
Okay.
We did not do a drive test on this.
Okay.
From past experience, having done towers, you can roughly estimate the coverage of a tower by finding the closest tower to it and multiplying that distance by 0.6.
Okay.
And that's not exact. That is an estimate.
Sure.
Because the cell signals are actually going to overlap so that it can provide the best coverage. So it's not going to be a 50-50. So the coverage would be, but from the one cell tower to the next, and then that distance multiplied by 0.6.
All right. I don't want to do too much math. That's why I became a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
But again, that's if that tower has space on it. Otherwise, you could be kicked out further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recall how many towers were in the Orange Mound area?
I do not recall.
Okay.
When I mapped out the T-Mobile records, I did a 10-mile radius, and just to show how many T-Mobile towers were in a 10-mile radius from, and I think it was 553 T-Mobile towers that were in that 10-mile radius.
All right, and then you would have more towers for AT&T or Sprint or other stuff like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, the only location stuff that they were asked you to do was 1625 and 6236, just in the Cornelius. And nothing about AutoZone or Pressure World.
No, sir.
Okay. I think that's all I have. Thank you, Agent Garner.
Yes, sir.
Jill, Ms. Williams, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's lunchtime. Don't talk about this. Leave your notes here. Go enjoy your lunch, and we'll be back here at 2 o'clock. Thank you.
What time did you say?
evaluation of ownership.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quotes, there are 3 things you need to know.
Ownership number 901-618-38. 618-3848. The parties stipulating that this number belongs to Hernandez Govan. Will mark this as exhibit 24.
Leaders now into the courtroom.
They will call Sergeant Brown. Mr. Taylor, do you need to enter the... Oh. Yes, sir. Your situation? Just put Sergeant Brown on. Just go ahead.
This is entitled Order Stipulating Ownership of 901-618-3848. Whereas there having been presented to me the Honorable Jennifer Johnson Mitchell, Judge of Division 10 of the Criminal Court of Tennessee, 30th Judicial District at Memphis for the purpose of trial, phone number 901-618-3848 belongs to the defendant Hernandez Govan. The ownership of 901-618-3848 is stipulated by the Assistant District Attorney and the attorney for the defendant, Hernandez Govan, and shall be entered into evidence by agreement. It is therefore ordered, adjudged, and decreed.
Thank you. You can call your next witness.
State again, we'll call Sergeant Brown.
You stand right here, sir. Raise your right hand facing the arm.
Do you swear or affirm the fellowship?
I do. Sergeant Browning, could you state your first and last name?
Jesse Browning,
And for the benefit of our jurors, could you spell your first and last name?
JESSE-BROWNING.
And where are you employed?
Memphis Police Department.
In what capacity?
At the multi-agency gang unit.
And have you attained a certain rank? I called you Sergeant Brown, are you in fact Sergeant Brown?
Sergeant Brown.
And were you tasked with the investigation involving the homicide of Adolph Warren Jr.?
I was.
And how did you become involved with that investigation?
My team was tasked sometime, some of my team tasked sometime in December when it was revealed.
December of 2021?
21, yes.
Okay.
December of 21. That there was more than just a simple murder. It kind of turned into more of a conspiracy.
And what did you do as a result of that, becoming part of that investigation?
We just started working the conspiracy into the investigation. If it was call detail records, phones, interviews, it could be all kinds of capacity.
Specifically, did you become involved in an investigation of Mr. Hernandez Govan?
I did.
And what did you do as a result of the investigation? Did you do anything?
Cannabis. It's not just legal in 38 states. It's a $36 billion global industry.
Separate from the general investigation?
As far as like Title III or?
Did you collect call detail records?
Yes, we collected call detail records, phones, you name it, we collected it on this investigation.
And did you analyze those records?
We did.
And what did you do to analyze?
I use a software called, it's PinLink or PLX, which just makes it easier, one, to create reports and then analyze the records. Generally in like, just bring it, because they all come in UTC, you can kind of get the records in like more of a coordinated time. But we also analyze the actual raw records too, just to verify.
And did you prepare a PowerPoint presentation to help explain to the jury what you looked at when you analyzed it?
Yes, it's call detail records and phone.
If we could pass this to Sergeant.
Any objection?
No, none.
Did you look at that and see if you recognize the contents of the envelope?
Yes.
And what does that depict?
It's just a thumb drive. It's got my PowerPoint on it. It's got my initials, my IBM on it.
Your Honor, if we could have the evidence as the next number.
We just asked when the PowerPoint was created for completion sake of the exhibit.
What do you say?
When was the PowerPoint completed completed?
The final parts of it with the specifically the records was yesterday. Say we wanted extra.
And Your Honor, again, exit is entered into evidence as the next number exhibit.
This is an envelope containing what's being described as a thumb drive. It has Sergeant Browning's name on it, PPT. The red thumb drive on the inside. We'll mark this as exhibit 25.
And for our jurors, this PowerPoint is comprised from exhibits 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Commissioner Public.
Yes.
This is your presentation, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, we will go through it. No, it is small. Could you tell us, or if it would be better if with the court's permission, you can get down and explain what we are looking at here.
Okay, so this is going to be essentially a screenshot of the information associated to Justin Johnson's cellular device. So it's just, I essentially take out the remove the important information for the PowerPoint purposes, like his IMEI, MZs, telephone numbers, things of that nature.
You named some things we have probably never heard of. Say those again.
So like the IMEI is the number that, it's essentially a serial number that belongs to the device. And then MZ is generally a serial number that belongs to like your SIM card or your network. So we use those things to compare. And then telephone numbers. As you can see, I think on Justin Johnson, it has like his email address, which has maybe a partial of his name. So essentially, it just shows the things that are associated with that cellular device.
And also for the benefit of our jurors, they will have access to this PowerPoint. And this is Justin Johnson's number ending 901-236-1625, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. We have another.
Yeah, so this is going to be same information but it's for Cornelius Smith's cellular device, which his last used number for that phone was 901-513-6236. Correct. And then this cellular device is one that belongs to Angela Arnold for the number of 901-370-0185. Primarily has the same information that you can use to compare.
We have a date of July 27, 2021.
That's correct.
Is there any significance to that number, that date?
For us, we found that was significant from the interview with Angela Arnold, Cornelius Smith, I'm sorry.
What are we looking at here?
So on the 27th, you have, essentially, we take the call detail records in the software.
Welcome to Huntington, a bank that believes we should all get more from money, like a path to turn late nights into beach days, and a nudge when you've got enough for the goat. Go for it, Daryl. Let's get more from money. Huntington Bank.
We are not a traditional cafe. We're completely unconventional, and my Wix website really has to capture the same magic.
And we create a hot number list. So a hot number list would be, if you're looking at your phone, for me it'd be, my girlfriend or my mom or my dad. That'd probably be your typical top 5 callers. It can vary, but it's just showing your top callers and down.
And this is for a particular day?
Yeah, so I filtered it for that actual day. So it's not the totality of the records. It's just for that day. And this telephone number belongs to Justin Johnson, which is 901-236-1625. And then as you see, when we look at the records, his top caller is going to be a number that belongs to Hernandez Govan. And it shows like 24 communications. The next number is going to be for Anthony Mims, and his telephone number is 901-692-2767. And as you can see, Hernandez Govan on that day, again filtered for the 27th, is around the 8th or 9th caller. So he had 7 communications. So the significance for this is that on July 27, 2021, we look at Justin Johnson's cellular device. We find Hernandez Govan's telephone number. As you say, it's labeled Big Bruh Quet, and that was an incoming text message to Justin Johnson, and it's just an address of 4641 Bowenshire, which is still Smoking Memphis. It's a shop owned by Anthony Mims and his business partner, Mr. Lambert. Can you go back? I apologize. And just to note, that time was at 1937-21, and it shows significance because he's getting the text from Govan, and then on the next slide you'll see Justin Johnson actually sends an outgoing iMessage to an individual we identified as Harry Lockhart, and he just says he's talking to Jook, indicating that maybe he's at the smoke shop and he's talking to Jook. And then you see at 21:08, 43 hours, Anthony Mims creates a phone contact for Justin Johnson, and that contact he labeled as Drop, which is an alias. It's a short alias of what we know Justin Johnson to be, just like a short alias we know Jook to be. He usually goes by Big Jook or Jook, and then we've heard referred to Drop, or his actual name that he uses is Straight Drop on YouTube and things of that nature.
So when you say he created a contact, he was putting the phone number into this phone?
Right, he created that contact to be at 7/27/2021, 9/8/47 p.m. He creates that contact. And then, as you see, 21:08, 49 hours, Justin Johnson creates a contact for Anthony Mims' telephone number and labels it Jook, which is the alias. So both these individuals in relatively in the same time frame created contacts for each other. Again, indicating that they're probably within communication distance or in the same vicinity. So this is the following day, July 28th. So after that, and as you see here, so Justin Johnson, his cellular device shows an outgoing, so it's an iMessage to Jermaine Sears with the address of 3641 Allendale Lane.
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically what happened with this home is the owners failed to pay their property taxes. When that happens, the government actually creates certificates for that debt. I actually bought that debt, which basically means I paid the taxes. Once the owners finally pay, I'm going to get the interest owed from the delinquent bill. If the owner never pays, the property goes into pre-foreclosure where I can invest in it for cheap. It is by far the easiest way to get into real estate. No dealing with tenants, renovations, or Airbnb. If you want to learn how to do this, we are having a free live in-person training in your local area. All you have to do is click the link below and sign up for your free ticket. At the event, we are going to teach you how to find and invest in these properties, the secret to getting the best deals, and we're going to show you how you can do it from anywhere in the world with nothing but a laptop. The event is 100% free to attend. All you have to do is click the link below and secure your ticket. We only have 50 seats available, so if this is something you want to learn and get started doing this month, click the link below and grab your ticket before the event fills up.
When I got to the free live event, I was just impressed with the overall quality of the company and the people there. The energy is unbelievable. Everybody here is excited and sees the possibility. I've invested in over 80 tax liens. I've already received payback on those, and I ended up acquiring 2 properties as well.
I was a little skeptical, not quite understanding how you could buy a tax lien, but I wanted to know more. That was just the tip of the iceberg, because then we signed up for the 3-day event and we learned a whole lot more, met a lot more people, and we have not turned back. We are 1,000% in. There's so much to gain. You know, your world will open up to you. I mean, and you've got all the experts here, and they're willing to help you and support you along.
If you apply what they're teaching you, it's worked for them. Why wouldn't it work for us? Why wouldn't it work for you?
You'll be able to succeed, you know, because we're proof of that. We've already, in just 3 months, you know, bought our first tax lien, and we're getting ready to foreclose.
Within 2 months, we have purchased 19 tax liens.
28 liens is what we've done so far.
If you want financial freedom and you don't know how to get it, then of course you have to pay for the education, but that education is going to pay you back in your future. So definitely go for it.
This program has helped me and also helped my family, because I'm passing it down to them for generation and generation to come. If I had to give any advice to anyone that was trying to join the program, what I would say to them to this: listen, it works. It works, it works, it works.
If I was sitting across from someone who was on the fence as to whether or not to do this program, I'd say, stop waiting, you're wasting your time. This program will teach you exactly how to invest safely and how to get an immediate return back on your investment.
And then that same day at 17:24 hours, we have an incident at the, it was called the Double R Auto Services, and it's at 821 South Highland Street. And the two victims that just worked at the shop state that a tan BMW is being chased by a burgundy Dodge Charger. 3 males get out of the Charger and start firing upon an unknown male and a female who remained in the car. The unknown male in the BMW fled. We were able to later identify that to be one Terrence Baker. His prints had hit on the car, but he never filed a police report or would communicate with officers about the incident at all.
So the victim was Terrence Baker, is that what you're saying?
Correct. He just wouldn't communicate with us or anyone. And as you see here, the 17:24 hours, that address, the address at the shop, the 820, what is it, 821 or 823 South Highland?
I think 833.
It's about, it's approximately, I had it on there, I can't read it because it's kind of far point. This is actually 3645 Allendale. He sent a different address. If you go to the next slide.
Before we go to the next slide, you've indicated that the victim of the shooting was Terrence Baker.
Correct.
Does he go by any other name?
Yes, he goes by Wu, or Paper Route Wu.
And as part of your investigation, did you determine him to be a artist on
Yes,
PRE?
he's an artist. Sorry, he's an artist on PRE. As you see, so here is the actual address, the 3645 Allendale, and the address that Justin sent was right next door. So it was actually 3641. So he just had the address wrong. Here's so later that day, 1804 hours, Mississippi finds the Dodge Charger. Witnesses on the scene say that they see 3 males jump out and run. The vehicle was stolen. They then processed that vehicle, which came back with some APHIS hits. So the fingerprint, when they dusted the vehicle, they had prints come back as to be for Justin Johnson, Rashad Hill, and Cavius Wesley. And then also they located a spent .40 caliber cartridge casing on the driver's side floorboard. And that spent cartridge casing showed to correlate.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quotes.
With the cartridge casing found on the scene at the Double R shop over on South Highland Street. And then this is August 13th, so we get to this date from, again, Cornelius's interview. We look at the hot number list, we see that 859-1460, a number that belongs to Govan, had 12 communications with Justin Johnson on that day. It was a top caller.
Before we get there, go back just a bit. So we mentioned Cornelius. Do you know when Mr. Govan or Justin Johnson or Juke's number appeared with Cornelius? You were able to ascertain that information?
It would be hard to say just because, we get records for a certain amount of time. So I wouldn't be able to determine. I would be able to say a date just based off records we have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't communicating prior to that.
If you can or can't, the records that you have, when is the first time that you see any of the individuals appear in Cornelius's phone?
I don't know. I don't have that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So again, for this, the communications for Justin Johnson, and it's going to be on August 13th, 2021. And as you can see here for Justin, he's got 12 communications with Hernandez Govan, who's his top caller. And then this is going to be the same, so another hot number list for Cornelius Smith. Now, the number's different because he had this telephone number, same device, but different telephone number, which is 901-479-3786. I think on his device it showed that number was last used in September, so that means it's probably sometime he changes over to the number you saw earlier. And on that hot number list, you see Bobby Carter has 33 communications, which is about his third caller. And then Devin Burns is about a sixth caller. And then you have Hernandez Govan with 8 communications, about his 10th caller, 9 or 10th caller.
We see his first one is Angela Arnold.
Correct. And then on this one we have Anthony Mims hot number list, and again it's filtered for just the 13th. And as you can see here, Govan's number 4. I think that's 4 communications. He's actually 10, maybe 9 callers down, because you can see you have a bunch of unknown, and then you have number 2 callers, just a list of numbers. That's usually just information getting from the cell phone company and other things, like other traffic, but actual numbers, he's about number 9, 10. And then on August 13th, at 13:45 hours, we have the 911 call where Terrence Baker's cellular device calls and says that he's at Allendale being shot at and he's hiding. They asked for his name, he refused to give it. He just told them to hurry up, they're coming after him. And then this will be communications with the conspirators that was Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, and then the other individuals, Anthony Mims, Hernandez Govan, and any variation of their other numbers at that time. So as you can see, it's represented in color. Is essentially the light pink is going to be Hernandez Govan, the blue is Anthony Mims, and then on the left it's hard for me to see. I think I've got Justin Johnson is yellow, and then Cornelius Smith is green, just to kind of so you can see the kind of the flow of things. And so essentially on November 2nd, we had Justin Johnson had 7 communications with the cellular device that belongs to Govan, and then he had 4 communications.
And I'm sorry, are these in chronological order on the date?
Correct.
Okay. So Justin communicated with Hernandez Govan, then he communicated with Anthony Mims, then he communicated with Govan again, then he communicated with Mims again, and then he communicated with Govan again.
Correct.
Okay.
At Capital Group, we design our active ETFs to weather the ups and downs of the market, so they can be rooted at the core of a portfolio. They're meticulously crafted to endure. Capital Group, actively different, active ETFs.
Here's the money glitch that's getting women properly compensated. Uber made a big mistake, allegedly not doing thorough
And then essentially this is just those call detail records, but the actual call detail records, which it's got like service codes, tower information. You'll see it has a version of the IMEI. It won't give you the actual IMEI. They kind of do some equation where they change the last 2 digits so people can't steal the IMEI off the records and create their own kind of their own service or their own account. So, but it just gives you a little bit more information. It can tell you if the call is voicemail, if there's multiple users on one call, if they're doing 3-way, and things of that nature. And then again, as you can see, you have Justin Johnson in the yellow, Cornelius Smith in the green, and essentially it just kind of shows the way they're cut, like who they're communicating with, and the kind of the flow in chronological order how they're talking. So as you can see, Justin Johnson had 7 with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson had 4 with Anthony Mims, and then he had 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 20 communications with Hernandez Govan, but he had 0 with Justin and 0 with Anthony Mims. And then this is just the actual raw records that just depicts what that is. So at the top you have Justin Johnson's records, and then at the bottom you have Cornelius Smith's records. And again, another report showing that Justin Johnson had 7 communications with Hernandez Govan. On November 4th, he had 1 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius had 2 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Justin Johnson, or Anthony Mims, and 0 with Justin Johnson. And then these are just the, again, you have Justin Johnson's records that you get from the cell phone company, and then you have Cornelius Smith's records that come with the cell phone company. Again,
For November 5th, 2021.
it's November 5th, and as you can see, it's harder for me to see, but in the yellow and the green, they're kind of throughout the day, but Justin Johnson has 1 communication with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then he has 1 communication with Cornelius Smith. And then if you look on this side, it's Cornelius Smith has 4 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course 1 with Justin Johnson. And then these are those records that represent that. And then this is November 6th. You have Justin Johnson has 0 communications with Govan. He has 2 with Anthony Mims. He has 1 with Cornelius Smith. And then as you see, Cornelius Smith has 4 with Hernandez Govan, 0 with Anthony Mims, and then 1 with Justin Johnson. And then as you see, these are just the raw records representing those individual calls. Again, November 12th, you have 0 communications with Hernandez Govan. Justin Johnson. Yeah, Justin Johnson has 0 communications. He has 3 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius. And then Cornelius has 5 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims and 0 with Cornelius Smith. And again, these are just the raw records that represent that report. And then November 15th, 2021, you have Justin Johnson has 0 communication with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 communication with Anthony Mims, but he has 14 communications with Cornelius Smith. And then on Cornelius Smith, he has 2 communications with Hernandez Govan. He has 0 with Anthony Mims, and then of course he has 14 communications with Justin Johnson.
New Total Eye Lift. 30 seconds to a visible eye lift. Naturally powerful retinal performance.
Before we start this episode, here's a quick preview of what's coming. Ready to take charge of your finances and master the art of money management?
And then
Raw data.
this is just the raw data. And then November 17th, obviously, is the day of the homicide. So if we look at the hot number list on the day of the homicide, Cornelius Smith hot number list has 12 communications with Justin Johnson. It's about his fourth top caller. He has 11 with Hernandez Govan, and then he has 8 with Angela Arnold. And then if you look at Justin Johnson's, it's harder for me to read that, to be honest, because it's a little far if you don't mind me getting my glasses on. So, yeah, because I can't see that far, I guess, through the glass. So on the 17th, Justin Johnson has 15 communications with Govan. It's like his third down if you remove the voicemail. And then you have 12 with Cornelius Smith. You have 11 with Angela Arnold. And then on down, he has 3 with Hernandez Govan and only 1 communication over here on the right with Anthony Mims. So that's just further down the list.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just going to be a call log, essentially taken from from Cornelius Smith's cellular device, and it's showing that he's communicating with Justin Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get down. It's too tight. It's an incoming call, and then as you can see, he's got his contact listed as Little Bruh Drop. Interesting. This is an incoming call just prior to the murder, and as you can see, when you look at their raw records, both of their call detail records show their cellular devices on a cellular tower at 1731 Cherokee Boulevard, and they both have the same tower azimuth, which is just essentially a direction on the tower of like a sector. So it'd be like a compass. So 290 would be like, we have cones. And so they're both pointing on the same sector of the same tower, which is approximately 3.9 miles away from 1766 Wild Rose Street, which is where Cornelius lives. And then this is surveillance video of the homicide with Cornelius and Justin Johnson in the photos. And you can see that's at 12:23:01 hours. And Justin will be on the left and Cornelius is on the right. And then Dolph's brother's shooting at that vehicle. Here we're showing Cornelius Smith's physical phone extraction, showing that there was no outgoing communications during that time frame. So his last outgoing communication, and before the homicide was essentially, we had that incoming at 12:04, and then you see from that time period, it's all missed calls, and then he has an outgoing to Uncle Ron.
Let me stop you. The date on the top of this is August the 13th.
My bad.
Should that be November 17, 2021?
Yes, I apologize. It should be November 17th.
But the dates all here correlate.
Yeah, the dates are in the center, and as you can see, they have the times, and then below that, we have his call detail record. The records show so it shows right there at the 1804, so records come in UTC, so
what is UTC?
It's basically like universal time coordinated, so like they send the records, it's always going to be in that universal time coordinated. So we're in central time, so that would be at this time period, it would be 6 hours back. Right now, it'd be like 5 hours back. So it just compensates for daylight savings and things of that nature. So, because they're going to send those records all over whoever needs them. And so it's just easier for the companies to send them out as one format. And so like you'll see on the phone, we've got it -6 on, and that's when I create those reports. I'm actually -6, and so it just makes more sense fluidly. And then, but the records you'll see, they're going to just stay the same. So that's going to be the universal time coordinate. And so at 1804, which really was the 1204, it shows the incoming call. And then after that, you see just a list of incoming calls, but then you also see that some outgoing calls. But those outgoing calls are actually just the forwarding service to his voicemail. And you can see that with like the codes on the far right, which is like, I guess, so 02A would be like forwarding no reply, which means the phone is on, it got forwarded. It's just after, no reply means after a couple rings, the phone forwards that call. There's other anomalies, like if the phone's off, it does something different, or if it's busy, it'll have a different code or a different service. And then on November 17th at 12:26.
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards because we've printed them for millions of small businesses over the past 25 years. But we also print signs, stickers, shirts, and more. If you need it, we print it. Print it all with 20% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
This collection is all about full flavor fits, and I definitely think that idea shows up in the designs, the colors, and the vibe. Every Becky.
You have Justin Johnson has a FaceTime interaction with Anthony Mims at 12:26:50, so that was about, 3 or 4 minutes after the homicide. And then right here, November 17th, 12:39:07 hours, you have 3 communications at 12:39:07. One is an outgoing call. At 12:39:56, you have an incoming text. And then at 12:40:53, another outgoing call. And then you can see that indicated on the records below. And then if you look at the text, 12:39:56, you go to the next slide, and as you can see, 12:39:57 is that text, which is just Kiona Hooper is sending 4752 Haven Court, the address to her apartment, to Justin Johnson. And then later at 12:47:22, you have Justin Johnson sending 4752 through iMessage to a Jermaine Sears, number of Jermaine Sears. And at 12:47:30, Justin Johnson sends another iMessage that says, "Now, bro, I need you now." And then you have a response at 12:47:41. Jermaine Sears sends an incoming text iMessage that says, "On my way." So 12:58:02 is when it begins, but you see Justin Johnson's SUV pull in to the 2-lane apartments, or what's it? They got another name. The Gospel Garden Apartments. Then you see Justin Johnson next to Kiona Hooper, and then you see Cornelius Smith, who has the hoodie kind of draped over his shoulder. And they're going into Kiona Hooper's apartment. So this is going to be from Angela Arnold's cellular device. and this is going to be at 13:26:30 hours. And as you see, she has an incoming call from Justin Johnson, 901-236-1625. It's a 19-second call. And then you have another incoming call at 13:28:16 hours. It's a 12-second call. And then you have an instant message that comes in at 1:28:50 or 13:28:50 hours, and then below are the records that coordinate with that, with those, with her phone calls, and these are going to be her call detail records that are associated to her device. And then that text message, which was at 13:28:50, is again the address, which is 4752 Haven Court.
Justin Johnson sent this to Angela Arnold's phone.
Justin Johnson's device.
Justin Johnson's device.
Correct.
Sent it
For
to
telephone
Angela
numbers.
Arnold's
Yes.
device.
Yes. Again, here you see Angela Arnold's phone extraction. She gets another incoming call at 13:55:11, and it's a 29-second call, and then that's represented down here at the bottom for her call detail records. And then as you see, 13:56, Angela Arnold arrives in the black SUV at 4752 Haven Court. And I think you see him coming outside as Justin's in the middle with the yellow hoodie. Cornelius has the black hoodie with the black pants. And Keona's just right behind him. And then you see Cornelius get in the passenger side of Angela Arnold's vehicle.
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically what happened with this home is the owners failed to pay their property taxes. When that happens, the government actually...
So now it's November 17 at 14:07 hours and 15 seconds, Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing SMS message to a telephone number that belonged to Justin Johnson. That SMS message stated, "This is C, bruh. Send me bruh number so I can get my phone." That's then followed by another SMS message, which is at 14:13:21 from Angela Arnold's cellular device, and it says Quez number. Then we have November 9th, 2021, or 19th, I'm sorry. And this is just showing that Justin Johnson at 12 in the morning was searching, Cornelius Smith, was doing a Google search for 24-hour AutoZone.
So this is what, like 12:17 in the morning, like
correct,
midnight.
or no, 12:17 seconds. So at 12 in the morning, and then at 12:01 in the morning, you see Justin Johnson shows an outgoing call to a number or Cornelius. I'm sorry, Cornelius shows an outgoing call to AutoZone Auto Parts. And that comes back to the AutoZone Auto Parts at 5945 Winchester Road. Again, you'll see
Cornelius.
At 12:09 or 0900 hours, Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an incoming call that belonged to Justin Johnson, and he has the contact name labeled Little Bruh Drop. It's a 33-second duration call. Then at 12:10 a.m. or 1000 hours, you have Cornelius Smith's cellular device showing 3 outgoing calls to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. And you can see again that's labeled bruh for the 901-618-3848 telephone number. And it's an outgoing call. It shows 2 minutes and 40-second duration. You have another outgoing call at 12:18. So the first one was at 12:10. The next one's at 12:18 a.m. It's a 1 minute and 9 second call. And then you have at 12:35 a.m. you have a 7 second duration call. It's an outgoing call. And then below are just the records that correlate with what was on a cellular device. Then on, so 06:47 hours or 6:47 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an incoming call from a number that belonged to Hernandez Govan, and that was 18 seconds long. And then those are the records that correlate with that communication. And then at 07:01 hours or 7 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device does a Google search for AutoZone on Lamar. Then at 07:03 hours or 7:03 a.m., Cornelius Smith's cellular device showed an outgoing call to a telephone number that belonged to Hernandez Govan. There was no duration on that call, and as you see, like there's no duration on the records, and it does show like an abnormal completion, which could be a various of disruptions or problems that just correlates with that call. Again, it's 7:08 or 0700 hours, 7:08 a.m. He has another Google search, which is the universal car cover. And then later at 18:47 hours, there's an image of an AutoZone receipt that's extracted from his phone, and you can see that the capture time was on 11/20/2021 at 6:47 p.m.
No offense, but if you're paying more than $30 a month on car insurance, you're getting ripped off. Everybody knows you can buy car insurance on.
And then we have December 2nd, 2021. And so Angela Arnold's cellular device showed an outgoing Instagram chat to Anthony Mims. And essentially it says, "What's up, big bruh? I'm trying to get with you. I'm Govan, little homie. You met me before. I'm trying to let you hear my music. If you don't mind giving me a call." And then he lists 901-370-0185, which is Angela Arnold's cellular device, or her cellular phone number. And you see it's her Instagram chat for participants, and then at the above that is Juke the Boss, which is his Instagram. And then that's it.
Your analyzation of the phones, would you say the conspirators or the individuals listed, Justin Johnson, Cornelius Smith, and Juke, would they communicate more to Govan than with each other?
I think that it started as a lot of communications between Govan, but as you saw, as it gets closer to the day of the homicide, those communications then seem to be more between Cornelius Smith and Justin Johnson, and not Govan.
And after the homicide?
I would say most of the communication. I know that Cornelius was communicating through Justin Johnson's brother. Because Justin Johnson was doing something weird with his phone where his brother had the phone, but he was just trying to avoid getting in trouble with his parole. So you see that Cornelius is communicating with his brother. But I don't think Hernandez was communicating with any of them that I know of, or Mims. I think all communication was done with Mims.
Thank you. Could get the Just give me a second. We're gonna have them switch off so we can log on to this element.
That's okay.
Sorry. After the homicide, we know Justin Johnson fled to Indiana, right?
Correct.
And he gave his phone to his brother, and his brother was using the phone. So a lot of these calls, his brother was the one using his phone to make it seem like he was still here.
Correct.
So that would be Jamarcus Johnson, Justin's brother.
Correct.
Okay. This PowerPoint slide, you said you just finished it yesterday?
Correct.
All right, so I'm just trying to catch up and go through it today, as I just got it. With regards to this AutoZone stuff, was that mentioned in any of the police reports that had previously been provided?
Police report.
Right, you write down narratives, explanations of what happened.
Supplements, yeah. I mean, that was found late, but I would assume that we would either, it would be in the PowerPoint that y'all were given, or it would be, we might have some type of supplement about the receipt and everything in.
I got it. So it was done yesterday. In fact, did you talk to the government about the testimony that's been going on as to what we were looking for as part of the case the last 2 days?
Not in the last 2 days. The receipts and most of that stuff was prior. The records were what I was working. They wanted the records, the November records prior.
Sure.
That's what I worked on.
Okay.
Everything else was pretty much already there as far as like.
The reason I asked, there's not a single supplement from 2023 in the case. There's nothing, believe me or not, you know this, you're prepared for it, it's your co-investigator on it. Do you remember ever seeing a supplement or a note anywhere that said we have an AutoZone receipt?
I know that there's multiple PowerPoints in the discovery, I'm pretty sure, that have that, all those slides. Because most of those slides are taken from, I got those slides from that discovery, most of that information.
You just created it yesterday. I'm telling you, you've done 2 PowerPoints.
I didn't create the PowerPoint yesterday. I created, when I told you, the records from November. That's what I was working on yesterday.
Who put the PowerPoints together?
I.
So you made this entire 70 pages we just did?
Yeah, a lot more than that, yes.
Okay. The reason I ask is the lead detective in this case said you guys never followed up on any receipts with AutoZone, and I've been harping on AutoZone, and now for the first time I'm seeing this PowerPoint with an AutoZone receipt. Is that right?
Well, probably because we didn't find out about the receipt until much later in the investigation. This was...
New Total Eye Lift. Now refillable. Naturally powerful retinal performance. Clarence.
One of the first questions in Prepared Birth was, what are you wanting out of your birth experience? I know that I want to and I can do this unmedicated. They really supported my decision in that just from the get-go.
After Cornelius and then actually getting in his phone and actually finding it. So it just took a long time to find that information.
But you guys indicted Cornelius in January of 2022, less than 2 months after this murder happened.
Yeah, I don't think we interviewed him until later.
Well, you interviewed him on December 9th. You do know that, right?
Well, that was an interview where he was not.
Well, did you do that or did you not do that? Okay.
I was not a part of that interview.
Okay.
But where he came forward with the truth, I was there.
The
on
truth?
2 different ones, 2
Okay.
different interviews.
So he came forward with the truth when you were there, the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember him making a statement to you in August? And you were there, it's recorded, so I'm going to play it. Do you remember it? You were the second detective.
He made a lot of statements, so you hadn't even played it yet for me to remember.
I'm just asking you because you went through 70 pages of slides with very specific dates and times of phone calls. Do you remember how many times Cornelius Smith made statements to the police?
I mean, I sat in on, I think, 2 interviews.
All right. How many total times did Cornelius Smith talk to the police? You are co-lead investigator.
I sat in for 2, and I know he had one when he was initially, I would think one when he was initially arrested.
Okay.
Where essentially he didn't say anything, or he might have said he didn't even do it. I
You
wasn't
don't
in that interview. I was in the 2 that I had with the prosecutors and his attorneys and everybody that was involved.
After he signed the proffer agreement
Yes,
to be protected and all that kind of stuff with his statements.
yes,
That's the proffer agreement, right?
correct.
Okay, it protects the person saying it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember a proffer agreement taking place in August of 2022?
It's possible, yes. I don't remember when those 2 proper dates were.
Okay. Before I play that tape, Mr. Cornelius and Angela had both already talked to you all, right?
Correct.
Angela actually supposedly came clean on December 17th of 2021.
Correct.
Told you about AutoZone.
She did not tell us about anything about auto.
Okay, so in the 2017 when she just testified, that would be incorrect about AutoZone.
She did not say anything. I did not see anything in her testimony. I didn't interview her, but I've listened to her testimony.
Okay.
I don't remember her saying anything about AutoZone. I found that out the day Cornelius had mentioned it to us.
When was that?
That would have been later when in one of those proffers. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second one.
Okay.
But he relayed that information to us, and that's when we started looking in his phone for that specific information to see if it was true.
All right, and Sergeant Dabney was involved in the proffers too as the lead agent in this case.
He could have been. I think at some point he had left, but I don't know if it was prior, before, or after. At some point he retired. I'm not sure what that time frame was.
Okay. So you don't know when the lead investigator in this case retired. On the biggest case that Memphis has got with young Dolph, you don't remember that?
He's got his own homicides that he's working. We were embedded in this, working this in a completely different building. Yes, we coordinate with him, but at some point I know he retired.
Okay.
And during the investigation, I don't document the date that he leaves.
All right. Can you go ahead and play, please?
I know the pictures are a little grainy.
Stop it. That's your voice, right? We're showing Cornelius pictures, and you say they're a little grainy?
I think so. It was
Go
the
back and say it
second.
again.
I'm afraid I know the pictures are a little grainy. Do you know what that
That's you, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, let's keep going.
is? It's from your phone. You're holding it.
A video?
It was in your phone. It was a video.
Yep, it was a rainy tank. Yep.
What firearm is that?
There's an AK-47, I think. That one the Justin gun.
That was going to hit.
Yeah.
Was that the gun that you used
Yep, that's the gun he had, yeah.
on the murder?
I guess it's the same one, but pretty much. Yes, sir.
That's the one you had on the Moochie, right?
Yeah, it was the day on Moochie right here.
The Dolph, do you have that same gun?
I believe so. But he had 2 of them. He had 2 of them. He had like, yep, 2 handguns, yep.
What is this?
Ah, that's old. That ain't even around the same time.
What about this one?
This Hernandez Govan.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
There's a cop off.
All right, stop it there. You were showing him photos, Cornelius Smith, you're showing him photos from his...
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need. With full business functionality and a design tailored just for you. Customize every element of your website and watch your vision come to life in minutes. Control everything from the biggest tasks to the finest details. Personalized, optimized, ready to go live.
Phone, correct? You gotta say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes.
All right, so he talks about AK-47s, about when he was shooting Moochie or Wu or whoever many people he shot.
Well, he didn't shoot Moochie. He said they went up there to attempt to, but that Justin Johnson was holding an assault rifle and was laying down in the back before they drove off. They didn't do anything, but we were showing them the different firearms we had found in his to see. We were trying to find the firearm.
Pardon me for being naive. I know he may not have shot anybody, but when I'm going there with guns and they jam or whatever and we don't use them, it still is pretty scary to me. So you show him the photos in his phone, right? That's the AK-47. Then you go through the photo, that's Angela's handgun, right?
I think he said it was Angela's handgun, but it was photos of guns in his...
And the next thing you say is, I don't know how this photo got in here. It looks like it's a car part. You remember that? Play it again.
I mean, I heard it, but I don't know what it's in reference to unless we saw some car part. I heard
Play it
something
again.
with autos.
It's your voice.
It ain't even right time.
What about this one?
This Hernandez Govan.
What about this? I don't even know what that is, but it was in the gun section.
There's a cop off.
So you said, I don't know what this is in the gun section. It's a car part.
Right.
That was said, right?
Yes, because you can filter on the Cellbrite software like firearms, right? Because we were trying to find the firearms used in the murder. And when we filtered that, we had some that were so grainy we weren't sure, but maybe he could clear it up. And he said it was a car part.
Okay.
It wasn't really, you couldn't really tell what it was.
I appreciate the explanation. You couldn't really tell, but these jurors are going to watch that receipt, and you're telling us that that receipt is an AutoZone receipt.
It looks like it's got, if you look at the very top, it looks like an AutoZone receipt. It's got the auto part and the zone. It's very difficult to see, I agree, but it looks like an AutoZone receipt at the top.
All right, so that is a great point. You said as part of your investigation, you name it, we collected it, right? You said that to the government when you're talking about how thorough we were?
Correct.
All right, so it sort of kind of looks like an AutoZone receipt. Did you happen to go about 6 blocks that way to the AutoZone headquarters and just say, could you pull the receipts from that very specific location that you told the jurors about to see if anybody purchased anything?
Again, if you look at the receipt in the PowerPoint, you can't, I don't think I was able to tell where it came from. And
all right, so now we don't know where it came from, or it could be AutoZone.
it looks like an AutoZone receipt.
Right, well, I looked.
But it doesn't, you
Your
can't see the
objection
fine
asked
print.
and answered at this point.
He's going to dodge the question, Judge.
I'm not dodging your question.
Objection overruled. Ask your question.
Again, you don't know if that's an AutoZone receipt. We're making presumptions based on a crumply receipt.
You're saying that I don't know it's an AutoZone receipt. I looked at the photo and at the top you can see the AutoZone part. You can't see like when he purchased it or the dates on the fine print, but it appears at the top, it says AutoZone. And it doesn't have all the details, because trust me, we looked at that. We wanted to see what time did this purchase happen? But he said cash. So we were like, well, I mean, can we get video? I mean, we look at these things to try to figure it out, but sometimes all you might have is just at the very top, it says AutoZone.
Yes, it sounds like it's a very difficult job. Did you go to the AutoZone that was addressed and ask them to pull video?
At the time, we didn't have an address.
And you said you looked at the phone and you saw it, you got an address. Did you go yesterday to ask AutoZone headquarters, is there a receipt available?
Historically,
No, not historically.
Or any
Yes
business
or no?
30
Judge, I
days.
need him to answer. He's dodging me over and over again. I'm asking simple questions.
No,
I'm gonna object. He's not
Did
allowed-
you go?
Objection.
No, I did not.
Objection, wait. She's objecting.
To what?
The objection. Your Honor, if he would allow the witness to actually answer the 15 questions he's asked, he might get the answer that he needs. I'm asking him to let the witness answer. Let him answer.
Did you go to AutoZone at any point in this investigation? I appreciate the smirk, but just answer yes or no.
No.
Did you
The
go?
objection, Your Honor, I would ask him,
No.
he's not making.
We don't need commentary.
All right.
Just ask the question.
No,
Answer the question.
I've said no 4 times now. No, 5.
Okay, so we never went to AutoZone to confirm what this receipt might be. Did you go to Pressure World to look through all the cameras that they have at Pressure World?
I did not.
Okay, did anybody do that could magically be on a phone somewhere?
I did not. I was not a part of that first part of the investigation. I did not see anything that had any where they went to Pressure World.
All Uber drivers pass a background check before their first ride and are rescreened every year.
This collection is all about full flavor fits. It shows up in the designs, the colors, and the vibe. Plus, everything is on sale. New VIPs get 80% off their first order. Shop online and in stores before it sells out.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure.
All right.
Thank you.
With regards to the records that you went through with the phone calls and the hierarchy of numbers, we know for a fact that Justin Johnson did not communicate with Hernandez Govan for at least 2 weeks prior to the homicide. The last call was on November 5th, about 8 seconds. Do you remember that?
There's hundreds of records. He's saying they didn't communicate on the phone.
You went through a PowerPoint slide and you put up November 5th, so there may have been a call, it was like 8 or 10 seconds. Then we went through the rest of it and there was not a single call between Justin Johnson and Hernandez Govan until after the homicide took place. Do you remember that?
No.
Okay. With regards to Cornelius Smith, you said 2 calls were made on November 15th. No calls between Cornelius Smith and Hernandez Govan on the 16th, right?
Correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
All right. And then the 2 calls that you put on the slideshow with regards to Cornelius and Hernandez Govan, one of the calls was 0 seconds, right?
There were calls on there with 0 seconds. Yes.
Right. So, and the other call was 40 seconds and it had a code 11 next to it. You know, it could be 2A, it could be 11.
There were calls with 11, yes.
Okay. With regards to an individual that you had up there that was communicating with Mr. Johnson, Jermaine Sears, during the course of the investigation, you remember that?
I do.
Okay. And he helped them after the shooting get the medical supplies and things.
He brought clothes.
Okay. Did you bring bandages and such?
I don't know exactly what he brought.
Okay.
What I saw Justin get was a bag of clothes. So.
What do you mean what you saw Justin get? It's just from the still shots, right? It looks like
Well,
it's bad.
in the video, when Jermaine Sears pulls up, Justin Johnson gets clothes and some other things out of the back of Jermaine's car.
Okay. You wanted to talk to Jermaine as part of your investigation, right?
We did.
You did or you didn't?
We couldn't.
Okay. And that's because you called to reach Jermaine Sears and you were referred to his lawyer, is that right?
Correct.
And then his lawyer, all he said is Jermaine's out of town. That's it, right?
Yeah, he's not going to talk.
Okay, did he say he's not going to talk or did he say he's out
He
of
said he
town?
was not going to communicate with us. I think we tried a couple times.
Okay. Your hand still with us, please. Just let me know when you're finished. Could I get it back, please? In this, it says you tried to contact your main Sears. You were referred to his attorney, and he was living out of town, and then, quote, so we kind of let it be.
Who said that?
You said it. This is you. Question, and how did you establish that number was Jermaine Sears? Answer, we use law enforcement databases. There was also some information within the text message that helped to identify him just by his real name and things of that nature. And then we also ended up contacting him to try to talk to him. Question, on that number. Answer, on that number, we were referred to his attorney and he actually appeared to be living out of town, so we kind of let it be. Remember that question and answer with Mr. Hagerman?
I don't remember that question and answer, but I do remember.
What is that a transcript of?
That is a transcript of his testimony from
What? When?
last year's trial.
Okay. Well, if you just tell me it's a yeah. But I mean, that's exactly what I said earlier.
What's the question? You've read the testimony. What's the question for him?
The question is, you don't say anything about the attorney said you can't talk to him. You just simply said you advised he was out of town, so you just let it be.
I'm assuming that sufficed in the trial. I mean, I'm telling you now what happened.
I'm Sage Robbins. I should look there. Hello. Hi, I'm Sage Robbins.
I'm Tony Robbins.
Hi, Tony.
We can't kidnap somebody and say you're coming with us because we think you committed a crime. We contacted him. He referred us to his attorney. We contacted his attorney. He said he wanted to talk to us. At that
So
point,
it said,
we
but you
can't
didn't
do anything.
You didn't say that here, but now you're saying that you remember the attorney said, I'm not going to talk to you.
I'm gonna object again.
I can only tell you what
And
happened.
he's asked and been answered, he's answered to the best of his ability several times. I'm trying to, what different do you expect him to say?
Just repeat what you said under oath, but okay, we'll move on. With regards to these, the receipt that's on Mr. Cornelius's phone that may be an AutoZone receipt, does he have any other receipts on his phone that you found?
Not that you see the receipt that I found.
Okay, but you looked through all of it, you said. You worked really hard. Did you notice any other irrelevant receipts on there?
If there was relevant receipts, I might have seen there are thousands of photos in most of these photos. So usually we find those on the timeline. When we're looking through a timeline at a certain time, which would have been after the homicide, but around the time frame before the car is discovered, then on that timeline we're looking, and if we see him searching on the internet, right, for the covers, then we see at some point like a photos captured, then we are like, oh, well, that might be important. But to go through thousands and thousands of photos,
okay,
we're just not going to do that.
So if it's thousands and thousands of photos, you name it, we collected it. It's not worth it. We just target on certain dates and certain things, right? That's what we're saying. I mean, there could be something relevant in there, but we don't know that. We only pick a certain date.
Yes.
Okay. With regards to the tables with the number of calls, sometimes there's 14, sometimes there's 20. Are those all communications between the phone, be it text message, phone, whatever?
Those
On your
prior to
slideshow?
the on the slideshow, those are just, most of them are voice, but they're communications. It could be text messages too.
Okay.
Just labeled.
So if there were 22 text messages on one of the day between Mr. Govan and Cornelius, you're aware that Cornelius used to buy ecstasy pills from Mr. Govan pretty regularly?
He stated that he bought narcotics from Mr. Govan.
All right. And you ever had a text with anybody where you say okay, you say hey, and suddenly it's 10 texts or 15 texts, just like that?
I don't know what the contents of that text.
Right, I'm just saying, it's sort of being made out to be nefarious. The 22 contacts would be just a simple text conversation about a guy asking, when can you meet me to come pick up drugs? Meet me here. I'm at the store. I'll come back here. It could be anything, right? You don't know?
I didn't testify to anything of content, just that the communications occurred.
I got it. And you also don't know from those communications if there were 0-second communications, voice note communications, actual calls.
It will show you that there's actual calls, or that, call forwarding was picked up, and again, like I stated earlier, it could have which we call no reply, which means your phone is active, right? You could have a non-reachable, right, which means the phone is off, so the phone, that code will push it to that call forwarding service. There's a busy, so if you're on the phone, so the phone, it gives you that information. I mean, it's not going to give you content or tell you what they're talking about. It'll give you the duration of the call, what type of call it is, or if it's a text message. So yeah, it gives you some focus.
I'm just going to keep it simple. There's some summary tables where it just sort of had the top 10 list or something, and it said number of calls.
Oh, hot number list?
The hot number list.
Yeah.
And so that didn't tell us if anything actually went through, if it was a text. It was just how many communications
just how many communications they had on that day.
And we don't know if it's back and forth, if it's one way, anything.
Doesn't list any, it just shows communications for that individual's phone.
Okay. With regards to Justin Johnson, you're aware that Mr. Govan and he were doing music together, music business type stuff together.
I was.
And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of text messages between those two in the summer of 2021.
I can say that's probably true, yeah.
Okay. And okay. With regards, so we've established that he's doing music with them, and you said, yeah, it's probably true. I would argue there were thousands of text messages about music with them. And with Cornelius, there was almost daily contact, even if it didn't make the hot list, where Cornelius would call Govan to go hang out at his house or come get pills.
I don't know what he was doing.
Right, but he did speak to you and said, I hung out with Govan a lot. I used to hang out at his house and stuff.
He said that he hung out at the house, yeah. He bought drugs from him, yeah.
There were some text messages that you pulled up there. Did you look at a lot of text messages on Mr. Justin Johnson's phone?
I'm sure a lot of us did, yes.
All right. Did you go before July 27th, I think was the first date you went into?
I'm sure we did.
Okay. If I showed you text messages from before that, would you remember them?
I'd have to see them to tell you that, but if you show them to me and I do remember them,
I'll do that.
Let you know.
I have some questions, objections for that, because
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So
I vaguely remember something about the studio.
I'm going to admit that into evidence. I'm saying that is text messages from Dustin Johnson's phone.
And Josh Tate. Yeah.
On July 9th of 2021.
Correct.
Okay. Does that appear to be true and accurate based on what you specifically yourself downloaded your software on the phone? That's where it would come from.
Yeah, this looks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll offer that as an next exhibit, Your Honor.
Just that page or?
Just that page.
And it's two-sided?
It's two-sided. The front side is what matters, but it's two-sided because I was trying to say paper.
I don't know which one is the front.
The front one is the one that's at the bottom, dated 7/9/2021 at 12:36:46. Does Your Honor see that?
12:40.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12:40.
If you flip it around, Your Honor, the top one in the blue says 12:36:46.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
So this is first page.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm just gonna put a 1 up there.
Yes, ma'am.
Put a 2. This is a single page of text messages that's been identified from Justin Johnson's phone. And it's 2 pages, it's a double-sided page, front and back. We'll mark this as exhibit number 26.
That's right.
Could I publish, Your Honor? Let's see this. Goodness gracious. Okay, I gotta be smarter than this, right? I did go to Shorty Tech.
There should be someone on top.
All right. Sorry, guys. Can you make you
Before we start this episode, here's a quick preview of what's coming. Ready to take charge of your finances and master the art of money management? Cash Course is your ultimate guide to financial literacy, from personal budgeting to macroeconomics.
Robert, I'll let you figure it out. You're at 30. You get to be close to 60 and you just can't figure this out. Oh boy. Okay, I'll just need you to scooch it as we go. All right, so the first text is from TZ to Justin Johnson, is that right?
Correct.
TZ is somebody you guys investigated, right?
Yeah, Joshua Taylor.
Okay. Didn't charge him with anything?
He's deceased.
Okay, but prior to being deceased, you didn't charge him with anything?
Correct.
All right, go to the next slide. Oh, I'm sorry, scooch down. And so this is Justin Johnson. Can you all even remotely see this? No.
Yes. They'll get it during the
Okay.
deliberation.
So on July 9th of 2021, Justin Johnson tells TZ, okay, we need to spin on street, excess ham, said Duke for show, pulled up on Dolph Memphis. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We've already established Ham was somebody that Justin Johnson was communicating with because you had it on one of your slides, right?
Correct.
I need a mugshot of him, and that was what was showing on the slide. That's his photo.
Correct.
Okay. And then Duke, you know that's stupid Duke on the streets, right?
I don't know. There are a lot of Dukes.
Okay.
And at that time, I think Duke might have been a stupid Duke. The one you're referencing might have been in custody at that time. I'm not.
Okay.
But there's multiple Dukes that are in that world that they're in.
Sure.
So I'm not sure who he's referencing.
And
Because
there's
there's a Duke that's in their friendship.
Sure. And I know you don't know what's referencing because we don't know who's in custody, who's not. There's also serial killer Duke, right? The one that's just, you know about, that's just dumb enough to shoot anybody for anything. He's the gang member. I'm just asking.
I mean, I'm working that case, yes. I
Okay.
know who you're talking about.
Right.
I don't think that's a reference.
Okay. And then spin on street, what does that mean in gang parlance?
That they're gonna go shoot something up?
All right. So here we have on July 9th from Justin Johnson to TZ that we're going to shoot something up, we're going to pull up on Dolph and them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's take that one down. What? I know, but I got to admit the next one. We're going to do one more. Oh, okay, sorry. Scooch it over. My bad. All right, so the next one from Justin Johnson to TZ is Dolph rented the whole studio out for the rest of the year. Call joke, let's make some. Right? That's what it says?
That's what it says.
And that's July 9th, right?
Correct.
Okay. Because on the slideshow we talked about reaching out to Jook on July 31st, but here they're saying call Jook. We're about to go shoot somebody, possibly Dolph, on July 9th.
It's July 27th, but actually TZ, the text messages aren't in there, but if you have TZ's text messages, you'll see that TZ is the one that made the introduction to Mims, because TZ has a text with Mims saying that I got this rapper. His name is Straight Drop, and you need to meet him.
So you remember that specifically now?
I remember that text. That it was probably in Anthony Mims' cellular devices, bro. I think you could look, but there's an actual introduction there.
Okay.
Because Justin Johnson was in jail in May, and so sometime between May and July is when he sends that message. So that kind of gave us a time frame.
I get it, but a few minutes ago you said he would have met him at the weed shop or wherever the smoke shop was on July.
Representing incident. That I'm just showing you that specific time frame.
Okay, so TZ, if you're saying made the introduction to Justin Johnson to Jook, Govan didn't do that. You just said TZ made the introduction.
I see there's a text message where he's making an introduction like, hey, TZ is telling Mims, I've got this guy.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's like he's introducing as like, I got this guy.
I got you. All right. We can take that down. We're going to go to the next exhibit. This next exhibit, Your Honor, will be 3 pages. It's single-sided. So once I go through it, I'll just give you a heads up.
They review.
They're reviewing it, yes, Your Honor. Deputy? I said 3, I'm sorry, it's 4 pages, Your Honor. I'm just going to hand you a 4-page exhibit for the witness.
I'm familiar with these.
I'll offer that into evidence, Your Honor, as the next exhibit.
Well, can you specify what they are?
Okay, I'm sorry, they're text messages from, with,
Let him text, ask him questions about
okay,
what.
these are text messages from Justin Johnson?
They are.
Okay, and they're dated July 28th, 2021?
Correct.
Okay, and they're back and forth between him and Cuz Risky?
Yes, Casey Williams.
Okay. All right, could I offer those in evidence now since he recognizes them, Your Honor?
The relevance, I don't know if he's laid any foundation for this.
I think you just have to read them.
Well, what's the content?
I didn't want to-
Messages. I'm having to take your word that they're wrote. Just lay some foundation.
Okay, I just didn't want to...
Through the witness.
I will do that. All right. So on that first page, Justin Johnson is talking to Cuz Risky. They say, okay. Then he says, don't see normal. That's somebody else, right? If you know.
So those are both from the same participant. Okay, don't see normal.
That's from Justin Johnson to Cuz Risky, right?
Yes.
All right.
Or no. No, it's...
You see where it says
Is
from?
this from Justin Johnson's cellular device?
Yes. Everything's from Justin Johnson.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay, don't seem normal is an outgoing text from Justin Johnson.
Right. And then Risky responds to Justin Johnson, route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I've seen him over there before, I think. You remember that? You see that?
I see it.
Who is Shad?
Shad?
Shad.
Rashad Hill.
And who is that?
He's an associate of Justin Johnson.
Okay. And then on the next page, Cuz Risky questioned, don't see normal. You see that?
Yes, I do.
And then Cuz Risky says, if you all get a steamer or some LMK, uncash you out. I need some. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
What is a steamer?
Stolen vehicle.
Okay. So it's Cuz Risky asking them for if he's got a stolen vehicle he can pay for.
Correct.
All right. And then the next slide says great home too. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Gray?
Moochie Gray.
That's the one that got shot.
He didn't get shot.
Okay, but the one that shooter.
They attempted, yes, they went to the Turkey Drive. They were in
Okay.
the vehicle, and then Cornelius pulled off because he didn't feel like it was safe.
All right. And on the next slide, he says Muchina. That's Justin Johnson saying that.
Just referencing Moochie Gray.
Right, and the other fellow says, yeah, implying that's him, and then called it, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And then that last one, just for the record, is just says pulling up.
Yes.
Okay. So I can take that back, and I'll offer that into evidence as the next exhibit, Your Honor.
And like extra relevance.
Relevance is they're talking about shooting people, which has nothing to do with Mr. Govan at this point.
And again, it's not relevant.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up,
Okay. So can I see the text? And who is Cuz Rich
see somebody. I don't know the legal name that I could find. The detective said who it was.
I know I'm not the most hippest person.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand this language.
I didn't know what spin the street was, but apparently if you Google it, it says shoot up the place, and that's what the detective actually agreed to. But my point here, Judge, is we've gone through a lot of inferences of addresses and phone numbers and all that.
Okay.
Saying Govan's mastermind, you look at, well, mastermind is my word, but you look at the call logs and this, and he must be coordinating everything, is what they've been sort of arguing throughout this time. My point is Justin Johnson had connections way beyond Mr. Govan, and he's doing all this stuff on his own. That's what I'm trying to show the jury, that he didn't have to listen to Govan. He already had a direct line to Jook, and he was doing trying to do other crimes, stealing cars, telling them where people were so they could be shot. He's a PRE member, and that's been going on.
Based on that argument, I understand why you asked to enter the previous exhibit 26.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I don't necessarily understand what that argument has to do with this.
It's essentially the same thing where he's tipping them off where they are. Remember, Mucci is a PRE member. They're out there to get PRE folks. And we've already established on July 1st that let Jook know we're going to do this. Now we're going out after another PRE member. That's the whole point. It's never going to say, hey, we are going to kill somebody.
Well, I understand that.
But there have been a ton of inferences of who called who, everything else with arrows and slides that the government did.
Let me see the last exhibit. Right there.
The last exhibit is a little bit more direct, but you remember they said we have to go find people, and that's what Cornelius Smith spent a day talking about when we were riding around looking for people since August 13th and things like that. We were going to kill whoever. There was a price on everybody's head. It was just random. That's my point. They're tipping them off, and it's got nothing to do with
they are tipping who?
Justin Johnson is tipping off other colleagues, and Govan is in court controlling it, which is what Cornelius said is Govan controlled everything.
At Apartments.com, we go above and beyond to make renting easier on every single level. On a neighborhood level, unit level, down to the cellular level. Hey, little guy. Apartments.com, the place, to find a place.
TK4, TK51, TK904. You are clear to contact the tower. All preparations for this historic moment are complete. Turkish 904, 6030
Turkey has once again led the way in Europe with the simultaneous landing of 3 Turkish Airlines aircraft at Iga Istanbul Airport One of the most complex operations in aviation history was successfully carried out. This moment belongs to Turkey. And with 3 aircraft taking off in perfect sync, another milestone was reached. We draw our strength from Turkey and continue connecting the world.
Is Duke a PRE?
Yes, he's PRE. That's the person they're referencing that they see.
Right, that's what I was trying to figure out.
It's grape, it's also Mucci grape, so that's why you have grape and Mucci. Sure, she's got them all there.
I'm not reading no records, so I'm reading the first one.
She's reading the first one, not the one that hasn't been admitted.
You want to make a copy of them so we can all have a copy right this second, or let Miss Taylor? I can. Let the deputy go in. How many you need? 2. Okay.
Hold on, I'm going to give you all of them. So. Yeah, and then take this one too, please. Thank you.
Jermaine struggled for years with dental issues before finally finding Nuvia. Listen to what he wanted most after his smile makeover.
I want to be able to smile at my wife with confidence. I want to be able to look her in her face after 4.5 years and smile without having to cover my face or look away from her and talk. That's all. That's it.
3, 2, 1. What do you think, Jermaine?
This is your sign to go get the 3-on-6. My name is Melissa. I grew up hating my mouth, everything about it.
I'm gonna give these back to you because you know what they are.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's still working on one or two more, but these are the first ones.
Okay.
So those are copies.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give, you can actually give me a copy.
I just want you to follow all of the green and the blue. It's going to be easier for black and white.
But I want the witness to testify. Okay. Give me copies for right now. What you can do is Mr. Aurora.
Yes, Your Honor.
The new paper, the one that's got silver right on the top.
Yes, Your Honor.
The first text on the right is that blue or green. Well, I know.
Yes, that's in green. And
That's green?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then the other one that you gave me.
What's the date on it, Your Honor?
The text message says August 22nd, 21.
Okay, got it.
And then the other one, that's July 28th, 21.
Yes, Your Honor.
That blue green.
Correct. And it should say 3:01:37, the first text in green. Is that correct?
Wait.
July 28th, that's the one you're looking at right now.
July 28th and 21 at 3:01:37, right?
Yes.
Is that blue or green?
That is green, Your Honor.
Okay. I just kind of need to know so I can keep up.
Audio is still on there.
That's one. Thank you.
Just the front. Okay.
See this house in Texas? Let me show you how I invested into it with just a few $100s. I did it using something called tax lien investing. So basically what happened with this home is the owners failed to pay their property taxes. When that happens, the government actually creates certificates for that debt. I actually bought that debt, which basically means I paid the taxes. Once the owners finally pay, I'm going to get the interest owed from the delinquent bill. If the owner never pays, the property goes into pre-foreclosure where I can invest in it for cheap. It is by far the easiest way to get into real estate. No dealing with tenants, renovations, or Airbnb. If you want to learn how to do this, we are having a free live in-person training in your local area.
Are you ready? Y'all ready, are you?
Yes, sure.
So the objection has been made to the two other text message trails from Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson.
Could you tell me which dates you are since we haven't marked them yet, Your Honor?
One is on July 28th of 21, and one is on August 22nd of 2021.
Yes, sure.
Okay. The court has already admitted into evidence the one from July 9th.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Taylor has made the objection as to why these were relevant when you tried to enter these in the evidence. And your response is?
The government's theory in this whole case is Mr. Govan is hiring these two individuals to go shoot PRA members, and they're doing it as his direction, even though Joke's not higher up or whatever he's doing. My position is Mr. Johnson has his own connections, is doing it on his own, and therefore I'm trying to break the chain of the conspiracy, at least cast doubt on that, because there are clear text messages where he's identifying PRA members to other people. Either he's going to shoot them himself, has them shoot up the block, or we see Muchi Peku and they say pulling up. Whether the shooting took place or not, if you don't fire your gun, apparently it's not a shooting. I'm still scared to say points it on, but my point is this is happening and it undercuts this whole theory that Govan's sort of the ringleader of all this kind of stuff. And that's what I'm trying to get at, because he's doing it over and over again in the exact conspiracy timeframe on his own.
Ms. Dale, your response?
Your Honor, actually, the state will withdraw our objection.
That's something. Let's get in trouble.
Good evening. ready to bring the jury back in?
Yes, ma'am.
You can tell the witness to come back in. Please. You can bring the jury.
You understand?
This one we're just gonna.
No, that one's coming in.
This is the first one.
Okay, that's it.
One of the first questions in prepared birth was, what are you wanting out of your birth experience? I know that I want to and I can do this unmedicated. They really supported my decision in that just from the get-go.
This collection is all about full flavor fits, and I definitely think that idea shows up in the designs, the colors.
Mr. Award, don't forget to have those text messages in. That's what we were doing when she objected.
Correct.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to re-offer the 4-page text message chain from July 28th, 2021 that we were discussing in front of the jury momentarily.
This is a 4-page document with text messages, and it's been identified as text messages between Justin Johnson and
Risky. The detective was kind enough to give me his real name, but I don't remember.
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams.
We're gonna mark this as exhibit 27.
Your Honor, I'll go ahead and do the next exhibit just for brevity's sake. I'm going to actually think of, let's just go with this. I think I've got all the paper to accuse myself. So let's just go with exhibit 28. Excuse me, 27. Robert, would you do me the honor? Can I publish it here?
You may.
know y'all can't see, but you'll have this with you. Okay, the 1625, Robert, you'll scoot you down just a little, please. That's Justin Johnson, right?
Is that the same text that we?
Yeah, I just showed you.
That's Justin Johnson.
And you know his last four are 1625?
Correct.
Okay. And Cuz Risky, his real name is?
Casey Williams.
Casey Williams. All right, so Justin says, okay, we talked about this, don't see normal. Route there now, I think Shad know where the hoe at. I've seen him over there before, I think. Route meaning paper route.
Paper route, woo.
Okay, and so that's a PRE member.
Correct.
And there's a beef between PRE and CMG.
Correct.
Okay. On the next slide, we've established that they've seen paper woo, as you said. The question, don't see normal. And then the next one is if y'all get a steamer or some, I guess LMKs let me know on cash, you out, I need some. And steamer was a stolen car, right?
Correct.
All right. And then the next text was Grape Home 2, that's Moochie Grape.
Yes.
That's a PRE artist as well?
Correct.
Okay. And then Justin says Muchina, again, Moochie Grape, PRE number?
Correct.
Okay. And then we have a yeah, and we have a call me. And then we have a next page, please, Robert.
Boondocks Food and Fun, where every day is an adventure. Race through our thrilling go-karts, conquer our challenging ropes course, and tee off on our scenic miniature golf course. Indoors, bowl a strike, battle it out in laser tag, and experience gamers' paradise.
It just says pulling up, right?
Yeah, that's what it.
Okay. And again, nobody got shot on that occasion, but that's...
Well, they attempted to shoot. He was providing more than that. Oh, sorry. Casey Williams was providing a lot of information to Justin Johnson on PRE members. I think he was screenshotting Terrence Baker's calls and sending them to him. He sent him Terrence Baker's father's address. And those are intertwined with the messages you were sending. He was providing information to Justin on PRE members.
Okay, perfect. Deputy Sergeant, you get your steps. Two-page exhibit. It is text messages from Justin Johnson to Joke, and we can explain who that is. Okay, can I get that back? And that looked true and accurate from the Justin Johnson phone that you reviewed? Okay, I'll just offer that as a next exhibit. I'm sorry.
No, he needs to testify on what we're doing.
Okay, all right, let's keep it there.
No, the jury doesn't know. You got to testify on that.
All right. Justin Johnson text. I was just chopping it up with Jook. My phone was in the car, baby, right?
Correct.
All right. Chopping it up with Jook means what?
I'm assuming he's saying he's been talking to Joe.
Okay. Could chopping it up mean hanging out with somebody?
Generally means you're conversating.
Okay. And this was on July 31st, 2021, correct?
Correct.
All right, and this is true and accurate from the downloads I guess you get from Justin's phone? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, can I offer that into evidence then?
Any objection? This is extraction report. It's been testified that these are text messages from Justin Johnson, the 1625 number to Who's the main here?
I'm unaware who it is. I think in the thread it seemed like it was a female. I'm not sure who she was.
It's a 2-page document. We'll enter this. What date did you say this was? You said July 31st.
Yes, Your Honor.
July 31st. We'll mark this as Exhibit 28.
They took the other exhibits, so I'm guessing it's 28.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it right over here.
Well, I'm just going to publish it, so I'm going to put it in the machine. May I publish this? This is what we just talked about. I was just chopping it up with Joe. My phone was in car, baby, right?
Great.
I've been playing baby's girlfriend. He's got several, right? Justin.
That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know.
Okay. And that was July 31st, 2021, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's it. Just let me know when you guys are done with the other one.
Can we get copies of these?
I thought you made you. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to show, without tripping, the witness a 3-page text message chain, if you could, please.
My little vibe wanna ride in a black truck, she wanna go to Neiman Marcus. Now we young, we getting money, catch the boats, we flood the market. We got low prices like Walmart, we got youngins hit they target. And a striker tryna dodge trail, hop up in a Charger. Woo the woo, he got them Zans, with that stick he go retarded. I just popped a perk, booted it up, M5 Michael Jordan. You can't sell them, lock them boats to us, dunk them bitches Gordon. Jigger in the passenger seat, double cup porn. Shooter fresh at hair, he rock designer, walk you down in 11s. We ain't from Orlando, make them both disappear like some magic. You acting like you doing numbers, sold the money. Bitch, that's trash, can't fall in love, running out of love. Yeah, my heart red damn it. I fuck up with my chain on, cause she love when I be performing. Yeah, I'm off of Percocets, I'm on the highway losing focus. I'm in a fast car, geek that bitch up, I know how to control it. You in the Ville, hit up K3, he gon' serve you plenty bowls. Every young we pop out with them racks and expensive clothes. He tended dick, he fucking on the hoe, she ready to send his low. He try to rob me of that bitch like some wind, let it blow. Turn my mama house into a trap house, I'm serving bowls. Shooter fresh at hair, he rock designer, walk you down in 11s. We ain't from Orlando, make them both disappear like some magic. You acting like you doing numbers, sold the money. Bitch, that's trash, and fall in love, running out of love. Yeah, my heart red damn it.
So I can read, go over the messages were.
I mean, I don't remember these text messages, but they're in Justin's phone. So.
I'm not being aggressive. I'm just going to come up here since I don't have another copy. All right. These are the text messages from August 25th of 2021, right?
Correct.
And Justin tells Jew, J-U-U, just pulled up onto Privé, right?
That's what he said.
Okay, and Privé is the club that Juk owns, right?
Yeah, it's a restaurant I think he owned with his mother.
Okay, but it's a CMG restaurant.
I would say it's
restaurant.
Anthony Mims is a restaurant that he owns with his mother.
Okay. And then the calls go on, not so much, but he's just talking about he's going out with Juk.
Yeah, is the attorney testifying or the witness testifying?
Well, he's not asking questions.
All right. This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and Jew.
Do you not have another copy of that?
I don't, because I gave him my other color copy, so. Here. What is the next one? Just go to the next page. We talked about going to.
Are we entering this in evidence? Is it already in evidence? Is it a question?
Testifying about it, so it can be entered in the evidence, I assume.
But he's
Correct.
reading it, so the jury's hearing that.
He's identified them as text messages from Justin Johnson. He said he didn't necessarily remember the text messages themselves, but you knew that they were text messages from Justin Johnson, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So.
I'm looking to offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
Okay. And so he should be testifying about what's in the message.
And that's what I was doing. I just need you to enter it into evidence. I'm going to move into it, or if you want to go over what's.
I don't want you to go over what's in there.
Okay. So he's talking to Jew, maybe is, and it's not a racial source, J-U-U is what it says. And he's
Why don't you get him to explain what they say?
What
Get him
does
to
this
read
say?
it and explain it.
All right, read it.
I'm here to FW Juk. I'm here to go out.
What is F? Tell us what that means in English.
I would assume that means fuck with.
Okay, that means hang out with?
Yes.
Okay, what's the next text message say?
The next text message says, I have on no clothes.
Okay, the next one?
Bring your ass home.
Okay, go to the next one.
And then it's a response from Jew, which is need to take your ass home with 2 explanations.
All right. This is a conversation between Justin Johnson and Jew about him being at Privé and not having the right of clothes. He needs to go home.
Yeah, you can surmise that, it sounds like.
I'll offer that into evidence, Your Honor.
And I don't object on the relevance. I don't know what Mr. Johnson's clothes has on has anything to do with anything that we talked about ever.
He's spending time with Juk. The whole issue is Mr. Govan controls everything in this case, and Justin.
I didn't know that this was Juk we were talking about. You
Yeah,
said J-U-U.
That's to his girlfriend that he's hanging out with Juk on that day. That's what he says. I'm FW with Juk.
Would you be happy if you stayed where you are in life and job forever? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. But if you want to finally achieve the time, location, and financial freedom you know you deserve, then this new career may be the answer to all your prayers. Because what I'm about to reveal to you is unlike anything you've ever seen before. It pays extremely well, it's flexible with hours and location, you don't need a degree, and here's the
I don't know that, and see, the part of the problem is that he the witness testified when he said that this text message on the beginning of the page 2, I'm here to FW Jook. I ain't here to go out.
Right.
The witness testified, you asked, does that mean I'm here hanging out with Jook? And he said it could just mean I'm here to F with Jook, I think is what he said, or something like that.
Yes, sir.
That's two separate things.
Okay, I'm misinterpreting what the slang means on there. My whole point is he's spending time with Jook on his own back in August. So if it's FW, if I'm mistaken about what it means, or just spending time with.
I don't necessarily know that that's what this means.
Okay. I don't either. That's why I asked the witness, and he said that's essentially what with means, right?
Yeah.
And that is next exhibit 28. 29.
All right, and for the sake of everybody's sanity, I'm just going to stop with the text message and just a couple more questions and call it a day, okay?
I'm here.
All right. With regards to, we've already established the last time Justin talked or contacted Govan, we talked about the 2 weeks and all that stuff in a couple of days with regards to Court Lakes, and I rehash that, but with specifically regards to Justin talking to Jook on the 16th, he did make a phone call on the 16th, correct?
I'd have to see it again.
Could you? I'm highlighting for you the time and everything. I just pulled the actual page.
Did you change the time frame or anything?
You just tell me if I've done something wrong. You tell me.
No, because sometimes people will take records. It appears to be on Excel, and they'll actually roll them back themselves. I was just making sure. It shows on 11/16/2021. It's 17:37, 15 hours. Looks like a 331 second outgoing call from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
Right, and you did that much nicer on your slideshow. I just sort of went in and downloaded the actual CDR thing to show all the parts and lines. So Justin Johnson and Anthony Mims had a 6-minute call the day before the murder, the evening before the murder.
Well, it would have been, assuming that these haven't been rolled back, it would have been 12:37.
Okay. But there's no dispute based on yours. I don't know if it's UTC plus or minus 6. They communicated for 6 some odd minutes the day before the murder. 300 something seconds, you said.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. And you're also aware that Justin sent Jook a turkey emoji the night of the 16th.
No.
You're not aware of that?
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't, I'm just saying I'm not aware.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just... If we could approach the witness, please. Objection?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's a text message from Justin to Jook the night before the murder.
Okay.
Are we approaching it?
I thought this was next to the one.
No,
Can
you
you
haven't.
approach, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, this is a text from Justin Johnson to Jook.
Can he testify about that, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Who are the texts from?
So it's from Justin Johnson to Anthony Mims.
And I know there's more than one text, but I'm concerned about the one on record.
I'm starting with the first one. It was on August 13th at 12:56 a.m.
Would you look at it again? Are you sure it's not November 13th?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, November 13th. Okay, I'm sorry. 12:56 a.m. And it says, bro, we got put squeeze on Wicked. That video ain't really shit.
Right, and the next one, if you could explain, that's the one I'm worried about, is the next one, the one from the 16th. If you could review that, please.
Okay. November 16th, 2021, 4:37. It's Justin Johnson sending a, looks like a turkey emoji to Anthony Mims.
Right. And so that's the only page I would offer, and that looks like that came from Justin Johnson's phone based on the numbers, and that's Jook's number that it goes to, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we don't need the second page, I was just doing a large version of that, Your Honor. So just the first page is all I'm looking to admit.
Any objection?
No.
You want this too?
No, just give her, I'll take it back, but we just admit the first page. Get that back too, please.
This is text messages from Justin Johnson to Jook's phone. And the second message on the page appears to be the turkey emoji sent on November 16th of 2021. We'll mark this as Exhibit 30.
And could I publish that, Your Honor? And I know it's hard to see, but that's the text message that Justin sent to Jook the day before the murder.
The turkey emoji, yes.
Okay, thank you. Take it down. So we've gone through, we've already discussed all the hardware store and all the other stuff. With regards to Jook, did you all ever try to interview Jook?
Yes.
When did you try to do that?
When we executed a search warrant on his phone.
Okay.
When he was at the airport.
Okay. It wasn't annotated that you had talked to him anywhere in the police reports. The lead detective said you guys never reached out to him. Is that incorrect?
I can tell you that they asked him, wanted to talk. Obviously, he said he had nothing to talk about.
Okay, and did we do anything else after that?
We wrote a search warrant and we did the phone extraction.
Okay. So the suspect that Mr. Cornelius said may have paid for his legal fees, all this other testimony we've heard, you went, even though the lead detective didn't know, you specifically went to talk to him and he said, no, I don't want to make a statement, as is my Fifth Amendment right.
Yeah, we executed a search warrant at the airport. I forget who it was, but one of somebody, either Friot or someone, communicated with him to say, hey, we'll come talk. We knew what his response was going to be, and we knew what attorney he was going to tell us to talk to.
Okay. I get all that. Do defendants occasionally exercise their Fifth Amendment rights and keep their mouth shut?
100%.
So you don't quit on the investigation just because they won't talk to you. You continue, right?
100%.
And in this case, Cornelius is giving you specifics about what Jook did. You've got text messages from Justin Johnson about what Jook did. But there was no follow-up. Not being mean or anything else. That whoever went to the airport, that was it with regards to Jook.
I don't get to make the decisions on what happens to Jim.
I'm not asking who makes the decision. They're saying that was it. There was nothing else done with regards to Jook.
Yes, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what we were doing.
Okay. I'll let it be. I think I get it.
Ms. Graham, anything else for this week? Sorry, for week or for what? You guys go enjoy your evening. Don't talk about any of the testimony. And we'll be back here in the morning at 9:30 and we will work all day. Okay? So enjoy your evening. Leave your notes here. Thank you.
Board remains in session.
Away from this microphone.
Oh.
Court's in session, remain seated.
Can we excuse the witness here?
Say again?
Could we excuse the witness for this moment?
So, are you trying to clarify something?
Yes, I'm trying to clarify something.
Okay. We're still in session.
Robert, we're in session.
Go ahead and try to clarify.
What I was saying is, yes, we talked about Ham, and Ham is Rashad Hill's brother? No. Okay. Here are the ones we've admitted. I'm trying to look for that one. I know we mentioned it, but I don't know if we admitted that in evidence. So here, we're going to get into all the exhibits, rather. So here's number 30, the original, that's the turkey one.
Yeah. It was one of the first couple of ones.
This is 29, if you'll look at it and see if I missed something. I see it down here. It'll be, I'll take those back so just place them. It is on exhibit 27. It is a text from Kazariski to Justin Johnson on July 28th. Route there now. I think Shad know where that hoe at. I seen him over there before, I think. That's where.
And that's Rashad Hill.
Is that Shad? Is Rashad Hill? Or do you know?
I know that the shot that was referenced throughout the phones amongst Justin Johnson and his associates. When they say shot, they were referring to Rashad Hill.
That's what you testified to originally.
So there's no text message to Shad or Rashad Hill. This is just saying who's there when they're talking about shooting somebody. Or, I'm not sure which.
So, Ms. Taylor, this is a reference to Rashad.
We think.
Well, we think. He testified that it's based on his familiarity with these records, that they're referring to Rashad and they're calling him Shad or Shad. I don't know how what you're trying to enter into evidence now is relevant to this, because this doesn't, go ahead, I mean.
Can I see that? Sure. There's so many that we are getting copies of, so.
And I don't call any other testimony, and I won't say reference, but I won't call any other testimony regarding Rashad Hill.
I'm here, so however many days you need me, I'm good.
I appreciate your patience. Yes, ma'am.
The state's contention is that defense has made the argument for these to be admitted into evidence, to this particular text message to be in evidence, to show that there was maybe a separate conspiracy, or this had nothing to do with Hernandez Govan. This text message references a shot that Sergeant Brown has testified he believes to be Rashad Hill. The state would assert that there are messages, or at least communication between Rashad Hill and Hernandez Govan at the same time that all of this is going on the same day. I think that that puts Govan right back in the middle of association with them, not just a separate conspiracy going on, but all of this is mixed all.
So it's your contention that it's all a part of the same conspiracy that Govan is involved in, he's just not a part of these communications?
Yes.
I don't even know what it is that we're objecting to. I mean, the text message just says shots there. If that opens up the door, then everything comes in, you know, as far as that goes. He's talking to somebody else about a PRE member.
Who is he?
Justin Johnson is talking to somebody else about a PRE member. PRE member says shot there, something, with some other names or other people. So I don't know how that opens up anything to relevance. Just, he's referred to half a dozen people in there. It's not even his phone.
Not even whose phone?
Shad's phone, or Shad.
You have anything further? Do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor, several of these text messages reference several different people.
They do. That was his point. They referenced several different people. It would, your argument would be a lot more cogent if those messages or some messages had been from Justin Johnson to Shad or Rashad. But that's just a reference of him. And so I don't know that we have an objection here, but I'm not going to allow your last question. So, although we have excused the jury for the day, you are on redirect. Other than that, do you have any other redirect?
We're done with the jury.
We're done. I just excused the jury. But if you don't have any other redirect, then this officer doesn't have to come back in the morning. Because that was when I said, Ms. Taylor, do you have some redirect, that's how you
I asked her to come back in the morning. Oh, we may have. I tried to go.
No problem. No problem at all. I'm good to go?
Yes,
okay.
All right. Any other matters we need to take up for in the morning?
I'm guessing the state only has one other witness, which is the medical examiner. I'll have. What?
I was asking the state, as far as you know, you don't have any other witnesses?
No, not at this time.
So I just try to figure out, excuse me, when to have my witnesses here, if we don't know.
Right,
if there's
so
this.
he's gonna come back in the morning. I would suppose there's not gonna be much more for him, but we'll see. And then their last witness, you probably need to have your witnesses here by
11?
10:30, 11, yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna have some of the folks run, so could we respectfully ask for 11? If they don't have questioning, I'll get in here earlier, but I just don't wanna be dragging cars back and forth because I don't have the resources.
That's fine.
Okay, we just have one car.
Just one, what you?
One car. We have multiple.
Oh, you have one car. I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. If it looks like things are going a lot quicker than we expect, then send your car.
All right. Otherwise, if it doesn't, just give me a second. I'll text and we'll get it going.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
If we finish everything tomorrow.
Let's talk about tomorrow.
Okay.
I anticipate, based on your proof, being finished with the proof sometime tomorrow, fairly early.
Well, Treon Ingram may take a few minutes, Your Honor. You remember that one? We sort of went through the motions. So that's the only one they could take, and the others were relatively quick.
Okay. That still would hopefully get us to mid-afternoon.
Right, we will finish with 4 or 5. There's no doubt about that.
And so I am working on a jury charge.
Yes, sure.
I will email that, I will email a draft of that, so you at least know those things in it that I'm including, and I'll give you an opportunity to, we'll discuss that on the record. You'll ask for, make any motions of anything you want added or something you think is not appropriate. But I will send you emails of that this evening. And we'll see how early we finish tomorrow. If we finish in decent time, I'll go ahead and charge the jury. Unless we finish extremely early, you probably won't close until Thursday. But go ahead and be working on it, because if we got time, we can get it all in there.
All right.
Okay?
Sounds good.
Anything else?
There you go.
Anything else? You can adjourn.
All rise. This honorable court is adjourned till tomorrow at 9 a.m.
9:30.
9:30 a.m.
One second, Lulu. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up our day with the young Dolph second day Erder trial, Hernandez Govan, and all of the snitches that were already convicted are testifying against him. We will conclude for day 3 here shortly, so hang in here, sippers. Thanks for viewing, okay? Hang in here. We are covering the young Dolph Erder trial. Do you think Hernandez Govan will be convicted? It looks like Hernandez Govan also came to court with a black eye. Why do you think that happened, sippers? Do you think that somebody may have been beating him up due to the fact that he was, allegedly the one that orchestrated the conspiracy to have young Dolph Erder? Let me know in the chat, guys. Remember, when you come into the chat, to lift your teacups up to get them filled with this tea. Tanisha Talks Teas will be back with the day 3, okay? So everybody coming in on the replay, make sure you put those teacups up and like and subscribe. Bye-bye. And be safe and stay sipping. Thanks for watching. Remember to show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. It's a blessing. Keep your teacups filled and ready for my next upload. Until then, stay inspired and remember, always stay sipping.